Hello, all you movie fans and fanatic out there. It's your boy McLee's Movies back again in a review, and today we're going on the fashion runway. Yes, we're talking Devils Wear Prada 2. The sequel to Devils Wear Prada from 2006, starring Anne Hathaway, Emily Blunt, and Meryl Streep returning, with Stanley Tucci also returning as well after almost 20 years plus of the original coming out. We follow Meryl Streep's character with her runway as they are following a scandal and trying to save their business from going under. And we follow the whole journey with battling with the online catalog because time has changed since 2006 when the first movie came out. Where people are not reading magazines anymore, everything's on their phone and they can just scroll past. They're trying to figure out how to get people to click and not scroll past their product and their clothing. I do want to say this right now. I loved both movies. I watched the first movie on my plane ride home from Jamaica in April, about a month ago, and I couldn't finish it. So it took me about 2 or 3 weeks, maybe a little longer than that, to actually finally sit down and finish the last 30 minutes I had. So, because I'd never seen the first one, it was the first time watch for me. I love both movies. I do want to say though, I am on the teeter-totter of the second one being better than the first one because the stakes were much higher in this movie. But Meryl Streep, man, I hope she never retires. She is so good in this movie. She was so good in the first one. She has that stare she does. She has the face that speaks. She has the face that speaks the emotions without her even acting. It's incredible how good she is at being an actress. And I love the fact that they had the returning cast come back after so long, because Anne Hathaway and Emily Blunt were 23 years old and that was for Prada. So they were just no names on the big screen, and now they're both multi-millionaire actresses. Emily Blunt obviously married John Krasinski. She's in the Quiet Place movies. Anne Hathaway, she's an aspiring actress. He was in Mary, this movie. She's in The Odyssey this year with Christopher Nolan. She's in End of Oak Street. So, from 2006 to now, Emily Blunt and Anne Hathaway have skyrocketed up the totem pole of movies and cinema in terms of women actresses in a time frame 2006 where there wasn't really as many prominent women actresses outside of maybe like Meryl Streep and it's like a few others. I was very young in 2006. I was 5 when the movie came out, so it took me till I was 24 years old to actually sit down and to watch it, and I had a great time with it. I think the atmosphere of those one or two, you can feel the tension through the whole movie, but Meryl Streep, Anne Hathaway, Stanley Tucci, and Emily Blunt know how to drive a movie, and they drove the movie so well. And, the sound design was great, the soundtrack was good, I think the set designs were fantastic. They're building intricate runway sets, and they're building these crazy fashion building like sets and stuff. Because I don't think they actually filmed that movie in an office building unless they actually did, and they just rented it out for filming, which could also be the case too. But it's crazy, and the fact that they got Lady Gaga to come in just to perform at the runway show in London, it was incredible. I loved her song, and I love Lady Gaga. She's a great actress too. She was in A Star Was Born, I think, with Bradley Cooper. I think it's A Star Was Born with Bradley Cooper. So she knows how to act. She just doesn't do a lot of acting because she's more the singer side of things. It's like The Weeknd. His movie, what was it? Something Tomorrow from last year was garbage. But he's better as a singer than he is an actor. So, if you guys know what I'm talking about, comment down below, because I forgot. It was with Jenna Ortega and Barry Keoghan and the guy from The Weeknd. So, I do want to say though is the visual, man. It was a beautiful film. They like the sets were great. The atmosphere that it was giving off was fantastic. Will I rewatch it? Fuck yeah, I will. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Do I plan to try to add both of them into my collection over here? Oh yes, yes indeed. I plan to rewatch it all the time. You know, because Devil's Part 2 encapsulates how society has changed so much since the early 2000s. The early 2000s, the internet wasn't well known. Phones weren't what they were today. You know, there were slide phones and flip phones and Nokia phones. You had to pay to text people, and you had to click the letter 5 different times to get the letter you want. So, you know, it embodies societal change from 06 to 2026. I almost said 2027, 2026. I'm in the future already. Whoa. But it embodies that. You know, fashion in 2026 is on your phone. You can try on outfits through apps on your phone. You can you scroll on Instagram and Facebook and all these apps, and you see outfits that you like. You know, you like the picture. You might click on the link to go look at it, and you might see it's too expensive, and you scroll past it, or you just scroll past it in general. So it's kind of a way of what movies are now trying to slowly turn into with streaming platforms. So like Netflix is trying to have a vertical platform. Basically, they're trying to adapt to what TikTok is, because TikTok is a vertical scrolling app. You can scroll vertically and watch videos. Netflix is trying to have a vertical base, that instead of scrolling side to side, you're scrolling up and down to look for source watch, because you know Netflix is categorized and then you scroll to look for what you're watching. But no, they're trying to change because of what TikTok is. TikTok is predominantly a vertical scrolling app, and it's blown up, you know, since 2020. You know, it got changed from Musical.ly to TikTok, and then 2020 happened, COVID happened, and you know we got I'm Bored in the House meme, and we got, you know, great songs, nostalgic songs from TikTok in 2020. So those Part 2 embodies societal change with technology and how we go from looking at fashion magazines to looking at your phone. Instead of going to a store and trying outfits on, you can just take a picture of yourself and try it on with AI. Because, you know, AI is a thing now, and in 06 it wasn't that big. Even in like 2022, AI wasn't that prominent. It was more so like 2024, 2025. It got really big in 2026. So it's everything with the world changing and how everything's technology based now. Fashion magazines are kind of a thing of the past. As most people say, they're ancient now, because who owns fashion magazines anymore? They don't exist anymore because everyone's on their phones. And it's really good that they use that as a focal point to push what they were trying to do, which was, how can we change our ways to make people stop scrolling past our outfits? How can we get people engaged through social media and TikTok and virtual try-ons, and how can we get people to not scroll past? Because when you post content on any platform, YouTube, TikTok, Snapchat, whatever, Instagram, whatever you're trying to make money on, you want people to click on your stuff. I don't do review videos because I don't expect people to click on my videos. But if people click on my videos, fantastic. That's what I want to see. I try to push my content out to the forefront. I want someone to look up a review of a movie, and my video's up there. You know, I want someone to scroll through my video and click on it, you know. And it's a passion of mine. I want someone to click on this video. I want someone to like this video. I want someone to share with a fashion friend of theirs to see my point of view on a movie. Because I love what I do. I love sharing what I do. And if you guys continue to click on my content, show me that you like my content, then I'm going to keep pump out content. I have 2 more reviews coming out tomorrow, probably, depending on if I can get this one uploaded before I leave for work today. I'm going to try, but I'm going to give Devil's Reporter 2 an 8 out of 10. I felt like there were some parts of the movie that did drag a little bit with the plot line. I felt like there were some parts that hit a wall with development. They were kind of 2 different storylines. There was the Meryl Streep's character side of things, was trying to save her business and trying to save what's happening behind the scandal. And then there was Anne Hathaway's point of view of her trying to save it, but also rekindling her friendship with Emily Blunt's character, because now the rivals, because Emily Blunt left Variety, the fashion business, to go to, I think, one Dior. So it was kind of 2 different plot points that pushed the same narrative of social media and how to fix it. You know, Anne Hathaway is a journalist trying to save the company, and just trying to make people click on the articles and make it believable that they are changing and they are fixing the scandal in place. But if you guys haven't seen Devil's Reporter 2, I highly recommend it. It's in theaters right now still. I go to the cinema and watch Devil's Reporter 2. Don't wait until it hits Disney+. Go watch it in theaters. Enjoy the theater atmosphere, because I always say it. The best way to watch movies is in a theater seat, because that's what the theater is for. But with that being said, love what you love, love what you love, watch what you love, and continue to watch movies in theaters, because with you guys, theaters won't be a thing anymore, because the theater experience is a 10 out of 10, and it will never be fixed, it will never be different. So go watch movies in theaters more. We have a great year of movies this year. The summer is jam-packed. Supergirl, The Odyssey, Toy Story 5, Spider-Man Brand New Day. We have End of Oak Street in August. We have so much shit coming out this year. If you guys are not a part of the AMC A-list, I highly recommend. You get 4 free movies a week in any format. You can watch The Odyssey in IMAX 30 times, and I wouldn't care. But if you guys are not part of AMC A-list, I highly recommend it. It's so worth it. I think it's $27. It's so worth it. But I will see you guys when I see you guys in the next video. Make sure you guys like, comment, share, and subscribe. Smack that bell notification button. I'll see you guys when we talk about Billie Eilish. Hit Me Hard and Soft, the tour. Bye, everyone.